You want me to tell you every tuner I hear as a HS teacher? Okay. This was fun for me and I was shocked how long it was allowed to go on for. I'm a high school teacher of an elective subject that lots of kids take and enjoy. I build great relationships and generally have the same kids for multiple years. So I get all of the tea spilled to me. There was an incident during an after-school event. I was in one space doing my thing and some students who had been in another part of the building came in and said, "Mr. Taaronk, there are people having sex in this other room." I follow them to the scene of the crime and there is nobody there. I do all of the appropriate follow-up to see if anything actually went down. But no body, no crime. And no one actually saw anything. They just said they saw the couple come out of the room and it smelled like sex when they went in after. Also, no cameras in the part of the building in question, a thing I had pointed out as a problem multiple times in the past. Fast forward like 4 months and the principal calls me down to their office. They proceed to chew me out for not reporting the incident, it having finally made its way through the rumor mill up to the top. I tell them all of the steps I took to follow up at the time and that it didn't seem like there was anything to report. The room didn't smell like sex to me, so it didn't occur to me to tell anyone about it. To be fair, it was early in my career, so maybe I was wrong. I asked them, in what I assumed would be received rhetorically, "So where is the line on what unverified, evidence-free rumors I should be reporting?" And they respond, all of them, "Cue malicious compliance." I proceed to call and email them after every single conversation I have with a kid that could be even remotely construed as problematic. We are talking a minimum of 3 times a day, usually more for 3 weeks straight, including weekends. The most satisfying was on a Friday afternoon at about 4:45. The principal picks up the phone and before I can say a word they say, "Okay, Mr. Taaronk, you've made your point." Principal hears sex and rumor, but forgot he works with teenagers. I looked at the typo in your title and assumed you would be a music teacher. The real story is even more satisfying. Ah, teenagers. I'm trying to figure out if tuner is a typo here, or some new slang I'm not aware of. Lol, a principal should know better. Kids are the best at spreading false rumors. I knew a teacher who accompanied a bunch of kids on a trip to a theme park. She hates roller coasters, refuses to go on one. She had a word with one of the mouthiest kids. And by the end of the day all the kids were totally convinced that this teacher had gone on the biggest, scariest roller coaster at the park. The students were in the closet making babies and I saw one of the babies and the baby looked at me. I want to hear some of these rumors you sent the principal. I'm really curious what a bunch of high schoolers think sex smells like and how it lingers. I get sex has a smell, but I don't think I could walk into room someone had a quickie in and say it smells like sex. I took a mason jar and tried to capture the smell. Here, take a whiff and tell me how to add it to the documentation. I can see attached file, PDF, doc, but not odor. Plus, how do they all know the sex smell? My wife works in a school and had a very similar situation. One day her boss just said enough already. And she replied, "No, you didn't give me any guidance on what you want reported, so I'm not going to stop." After a few more days they decided maybe trusting her judgment was a good idea after all. If it took him 3 weeks to get to, "You've made your point," then he needs a few more weeks of it to actually get the point. Thought this was on our guitar. Same thing happened to me basically. I had left work and they called me back in. I am fairly new, so I obliged. I wasn't that far away. My boss and principal are in there. And they tell me this story and I just said, I didn't believe it. There's a little more to it. But the same jest. If the kids really like you, you will get all the tea. Tuner? I read this thinking I was on the ARC vintage audio sub. That's so incredibly annoying. You do what the principal explicitly asks for and they think you are being malicious and annoying. And trying to make a point. No. You ask them to do this. Specifically. You want me to tell you every tuner? What the hell is a tuner? In this usage of the word. What does "so I get all of the tea spilled to me" mean? Tuner? Please tell me you're not the English teacher.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.